Hello and welcome to Digging for the Truth. In this episode, we'll be talking about the water quality versus U.S. and Mexico. Most of the water that is used on farms in the U.S. is recycled. On farms, they use mostly recycled water than tap. The reason is because we can save more water by doing it. The water that we use can be recycled and reused many times. Recycled or reclaimed water is water that has been recollected, filtered, and used again. Just San Diego County alone uses a lot of unnecessary water. By December of 2007, San Diego is going to receive less water. So one of the reasons that we need to recycle water is because we are running out of it soon.
Soon this natural resource will be out and we will have a big problem. It is one of the most important resources that we have on Earth, and it is going really quickly. People all around America should take awareness of the fact that we need to do something about this natural resource. There are many ways people on Earth can have more water. We need to conserve. There are many ways that we can do this. We can stop letting water that we water our gardens and yards with from leaking out into the street. Another thing that we can do is to support water recycling. If we keep letting things like this happen, we won't have enough water for our farms. We need this precious resource to water our fruits and vegetables so that everyone around the world can eat them. When recycling this precious resource, it is put into pipes that lead to a filter that has a couple different textures that filter out minerals and bacteria that you wouldn't want in your water. Sometimes they use sewage water and reclaimed or recycled water. It is so that it can be reused on farms to irrigate plants. Recycling water doesn't just help San Diego County and the United States, it also helps other countries such as Mexico. People all around the world in the United States don't appreciate the water that we get so easily. For instance, in San Diego, we get 90% of our water from the Colorado River, and the other 10% comes from Sacramento. We all take advantage of the water while we have to buy water from the Colorado River in Sacramento. We just turn on the faucet and the water comes out, but never think about where it comes from. It travels hundreds of miles through pipes that bring it to us so that we can use it. One of the reasons that we need to recycle water is because in about 10 years we won't have enough water to drink. So reclaiming or recycling water is very important. If we can recycle sewage water and reuse it as regular, then we won't run out as fast. We use too much water on golf courses that we don't realize how much we're using. Water chemists around the world are trying to find more effective ways to recycle water so they can be used. There is such a high demand for water to be recycled and reused. In Mexico, they also use methods of saving water similar to the U.S. They also save this precious resource because it is not just the U.S. that is running out of natural resources, the whole world is. They use their resources like us. They also use recycled water on green lands to irrigate them. For instance, some of the ways they use reclaimed water are for irrigating crops that grow. Mexico is spending a lot of money to get recycling plants like us, so that they can have really easy ways to reclaim their water. This is Karen from the San Diego Coast Keepers talking about potable and non-potable reuse.
Providing waters for your plants or for your lawn. It can also be put through a filtration system on site and reused again for washing your clothes or for your toilet water. That's one form of recycling. It's called non-potable reuse. There's also potable reuse, which is where you treat the water to a certain standard. And that standard is defined by the EPA drinking water standards, by the EPA Drinking Water Act. And if the water is cleaned and filtered and treated with reverse osmosis and UV and brought up to those standards, you can drink it. That's another way of reusing water. A lot of times water recycling is done on site, so I wouldn't say that there's one broad generalization looking at how US and how Mexico does it, because it can differ by site, by farm. It can also differ by city, where they get their water from, how much they have, what they do when they're done with it. It's different every place you go.
As you have seen in our video, the world as we know it is running out of this natural resource. So we need to take action and start using the different methods of recycling that we have so that we can ensure that our future generations won't have to suffer in the future. Thank you for watching our video. Good night and good luck.